Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on Food Chain TV. Today I have a beautiful pork loin that I'm going to show you how to cook. This is a really easy recipe, especially for some of you who are looking for a quick weeknight dinner and you happen to have a pork loin and you want something that's delicious but easy to do. So here we go. Without further ado, let's get right into this recipe. Step 1, give it a smack. Step 2, give it a snap. Pork goes into the roasting pan, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wine as the braising liquid. Always cook with cheap wine unless you for some reason have some expensive wine laying around that you need to throw out. Cheap wine is the way to go. If you don't have wine, you can use chicken stock. Next, I'm going to season it with my artisan sea salt that I make myself out of the beautiful water in the Gulf of Mexico, but that's for another video. You guys can use just whatever salt you have on hand. So a little bit of salt, some fresh cracked black pepper, and if all you have is pepper, salt, and white wine or chicken stock, you're good to go with this recipe. It can go in the oven, but I look through my fridge. I like to use stuff that I have laying around, so I'm going to use this piece of celery, I'm going to use this nice orange pepper, that onion, and I found some fresh thyme. So, you know, I don't like to waste food. If I can use it in a recipe, why not? So I'm going to add this to the braising liquid, and all it's going to do is just give it a little more flavor. By the way, this video is sponsored by ButcherBox. ButcherBox sent me this beautiful piece of pork loin. I received it in the mail. It came with a whole box of really nice, good quality meats. So check them out. ButcherBox. Get high quality meats delivered right to your door. I'm going to lay out some of this fresh thyme on top. And again, that's just going to give it some extra good flavor, but it's optional. When I'm cooking pieces of meat in the oven, I like to use this thermometer. Now, this has a nice probe with a wire, as you can see, and it hooks up to the thermometer, and it'll tell me what temperature the meat's at. I want this to cook to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. I've set my oven to 225, and I'm going to put this in there and let it come up to 145 degrees. I'm going to stick this probe in the thickest middle part of the meat, so that it gives me a very accurate reading of what's happening inside the oven. And I like to use these that have an actual wire. You know, there's new wireless ones. The wireless ones have been nothing but horrible. These old ones with the wire work 100% all the time. They've never failed me. So I stick with what works. Okay, so this is going in the oven at 225 degrees until the meat comes up to 145 degrees, which in my oven took an hour and 15 minutes. Alright, so my meat thermometer went off and it's indicating that the pork is at 145 degrees. So what I'm going to do is take it out of the oven. I'm going to remove the probe and I'm going to put the oven up to 400 degrees now, because all I want to do is put it back in for like 15 minutes just to get a little bit of browning, a little bit of color on top of the pork. So now I'm increasing the temperature up to 400 and I'm going to put the pork back in the oven without the lid so it can get nice and browned. And here we go, 15 minutes later. Look at that beautiful color. Now I'm just going to let this rest for another 15 minutes and then we're going to start to slice it up. Alright, and this is definitely my favorite part. I'm going to start to slice it up here and look at that. Perfectly cooked, juicy, tender. Oh my god, look at that. This is great on any kind of dish, like with a dish of mashed potatoes, vegetables. You can even slice these up real thin and make some killer Cuban sandwiches. And over here I'm just putting some of that braising liquid over top. I mean, this is a beautiful pork roast. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Your subscriptions help me spend more time making videos like these just for you. So don't forget, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it with somebody you know. I'm gonna go eat some pork loin.